approval process going for a spot Bitcoin ETF? I know you're facing a window in early January. What does that look like?
Well, Sarah, we have, I think it's between 8 and a dozen filings. I'm a chair of a commission. I'm not to prejudge anything, so that's going through the process right now. And as you might know, we had in the past denied a number of these applications, but the courts here in the District of Columbia weighed in on that. And so we're taking a new look at this based upon those court rulings.
Market's excited about it. You're referring to the...
Or in other words, the SEC does not want to approve a Bitcoin spot ETF. But like Daniel here says, they've got to because the courts don't agree with their denials. And I've said this before, but later in this video, I'll show you some evidence to back everything I'm saying up. But it really feels to me that these guys have got something in trying to not get Bitcoin the crazy adoption and to not let crypto thrive unless it's for their own benefit. But we can discuss that when we go deeper into Ethereum. Then again, I've got a video to show you where you just can't deny that it seems they just want to step away from all this Bitcoin stuff. They do not want to talk about it, but BlackRock is putting that pressure. And that's why I always tell you guys, there's almost nothing that can go past BlackRock. If these guys are going for the Bitcoin spot ETF, it's going to happen. What's the approval rating? 575 to 1, something like that. And so right now, the window that everybody's looking now for is in the middle of January. And I'm already warning you that it's very hard for me to consider this not being a bull market. And it's very hard for me to consider that the coins I talk about on this channel don't do well. Matter of fact, if you watched my video yesterday about BRC20 coins, today you would have made about 50% gains. I think 𝗬𝗏 is up 15% or so since we talked about it, but you can see SATS is up 50%, Multibeta is up 50%, and I bought into the majority of these things and almost none of them lost money. And that's exactly what we covered in yesterday's video. And if you want more crypto gems to buy, we're going to be talking about it a lot on this channel, so make sure you press that like button if you make money, or if you're gonna make money. But anyway, let's quickly take a look at another video of Gary Gensler and just notice how the topic is brought up and he's like, you'll see, and you'll know exactly what I meant earlier with what I said when he's trying to dodge all this stuff. It's really interesting. Take a look at this. And if you haven't done it yet, make sure you press that like button.
Obviously, the Commission and the staff of the Commission is still hard at work on a number of issues, one of them dealing with a number of filings of spot Bitcoin ETFs. You know, Mr. Chair, I have to ask you this question. There has been a lot...
I suspected we did something very significant about the $26 trillion Treasury market, which is really the base of our entire capital markets. It's how we fund our government. It's how our Federal Reserve does monetary policy. It's how we maintain the dollar dominance around the globe. And you want to ask me about crypto?
In my defense, Commissioner 𝗬𝗏 also brought up crypto in this open meeting.
Priorities. I mean, the U.S. Treasury market is a very consequential, very important market. Crypto securities are not only much smaller, it's not how we fund our government, it's not how we conduct monetary policy, and for many investors, they've been harmed in that market. And they're being harmed because there's too much non-compliance. And it's not just non-compliance with securities laws, it's non-compliance with a raft of other laws. Our sister regulator in the market space, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the U.S. Department of Treasury, and Financial Crimes Enforcement. But again, I do ask, and if you look at the focus and the priorities, the U.S. Treasury market and what we did today is really quite important to our capital markets.
Absolutely, and that's why we have discussed it, but you are actively engaging with a number of matters related to crypto specifically. So I think, sir, this is fair game, especially when you are having staff meeting with a number of issuers in recent days.
I'm glad that you at least now agree that the priorities were more to the Treasury market. So what is your question about?
I just found that funny to watch. And did you also notice he quickly sneaked in that cryptos are securities? Anyway, like we already stated, they can keep trying to deny, they can keep trying to push back, but at some point, there's no more room for pushing things back. And I'm telling you right now, the moment that this ETF gets approved, and I want you guys to really hold that dearly to your hearts, the floodgates are opened. And I've seen so many theorists say, all the money won't flood instantly, and that's true, right? It's floodgates that are opening. The pension funds, the massive amounts of money that are on the sidelines right now will have the chance to enter. And no, they won't all do it day one, but right now, they've got no option, then at least they've got the option. And I tell you as well, if you're thinking, Dusty, why are you only talking about Bitcoin? It's because it sets the stage for altcoin seasons. I personally think, though, that you'll make way more money with altcoins than with Bitcoin. Take a look at Bonk. I think it did like 100x in a month or two. Insane. But I do believe that once the Bitcoin ETF gets approved, all these altcoin ETFs are going to follow quickly. Ethereum, Solana, XRP, I think won't take too long. And you understand the floodgates that then open for these altcoins, which is why I keep telling you, this space is going from $1-2 trillion, I personally think, to at least $10 trillion over the next couple of years. But I honestly believe it's going to be a $100 trillion space not too long from now, as it's hard to gauge how big currencies really are, especially when you start thinking of the idea that a currency's value is usually bound by the central government. But in this case here, these are decentralized systems, which sometimes make me realize that, in theory, there's no maximum to anything in terms of the value of things. And this is a deep one. People like to often say, no, but market cap, this, that, this, that. In reality, there is no maximum, especially with the hyperinflation that's up and coming. Somebody also just posted this. The SEC plans to mandate central clearing for U.S. Treasury cash and repo markets by a specific deadline. The DTCC has issued a statement highlighting its plans to comply with the amended regulations. I'll look into that further later. And I asked earlier today over on my Twitter, do you think the hype for meme coins is over? Ladies and gentlemen, coins that we've been buying into for a while are just going so insane right now, making too much money. It's unhealthy. In the reality of things, it's going too crazy a little bit. If you're not in the Telegram just quite yet, my food is here. I highly recommend you guys to join that one right now because, well, there's going to be a lot of cool updates there. And I'm telling you as well, if you're watching this channel and you don't 10x your portfolio over the next couple of years, depending on how much money you have, yeah, then I think you played the game wrong, because I am so certain that most people starting out with $1,000 right now will be able to turn it into at least 10,000. That's like a bare minimum. But I'm expecting people to turn it really into the 30s, the 50,000s, etc. if they try hard enough. But I tell you right now, if you watch this channel, I'm not your financial advisor, but I'm going to explain my moves. And I know for a fact, for example, $1 million right now will turn into at least 6, 7 at the baseline. 100,000 right now, I think at the baseline, at least 800, 900,000. $100 right now, if you don't turn that into at least 4,000 or something like that, you're playing the game wrong. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, but for people starting out with absolutely zero, I am going to do some more giveaways on the smaller side. So $20 a week for people who comment on my Instagram or my TikTok, for example. $20 a week for people sharing their charts in Discord, just to sometimes reward people for interacting. And I think if I do a couple $100 a month, I started my entire crypto journey with one tiny little giveaway. Hopefully we can start that for some people too. And if you want to claim yourself a free Bitcoin or a free XRP or even a free Solana trade, just check the link in the description down below. This is over on Bybit. It's the exchange I love the most, as you guys know. And all you gotta do is have $100 in your account, make sure you complete your KYC, and if you didn't use the link down below, just use the form here to hopefully fix things, because we're also doing a very massive competition soon, giving away tons of money for traders who are in my team. And if you want to know more about trading, make sure you check out my Dusty Trades channel. Today, I'll be posting yet another trading update. And I honestly think in here as well, if I just keep updating you guys every single day on some of my proper trades and some of my crazy trades, many people will be able to make tons of money, but just check it out. A link is down below. I want to say again as well, in my video from last night, I talked about XRP still going pretty massive. Please understand that almost every single coin you guys are getting into right now will go absolutely massive, but I've got a whole list of different videos that I'm making. Portfolio updates, what you should do with $1,000, not financial advice, but my thoughts. A crypto preparation guide. I got so much cool stuff. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you tune in tomorrow, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video very soon.